Hey, it's me, Jarrett. I I'm just calling. I was going to say I'm just calling, but I'm not calling. I'm here on live broadcast on a YouTube studio. Anyways, it is September 3rd, 2020, and once again, my name is Jarrett Casey. It's 10:56 p.m. here in Midvale, Utah, and I had a good day today. I just wanted to let you know how that was going. I worked a double today. It was very slow. We really didn't have that many people in the restaurant. So I had maybe 3 or 4 tables for lunch, and I went out, came back, and I had one table at dinner, and they sent me home. So I made like $25, but that's okay. And I came and came home and hung out for a little while, and then a friend of mine, actually, his name's Michael. He's we've talked online for years, and we've never actually met up. Just he'd just be like, "Hey, we should go hiking sometime. We should do this. We should do that." And I've never done it. He said you should come to a movie night with me and my friends. So I thought, yeah, I'd like to do that. So he came and picked me up, and we didn't end up watching a movie. We had some Thai food, and I had a beer. I haven't had a beer in a long time. And that was great. So it was really nice to meet his friends. He had quite a few friends over, and one which I knew, and they're all very nice. And it was good to be around them. They they're all just kind of, I think, going through this COVID age or whatever period. Very um in their own ways, I think, and myself included. It's really weird to still feel um, so shut down, I guess. Not shut down because I'm not shut down, but maybe just like diminished. I feel still very diminished. So it was interesting because being in social situation like that with a bunch of other gay people, I used to be like feel much more comfortable in myself and be more outgoing, whereas here I felt a little not out of place because I actually felt very comfortable and they were very nice, but just not less than just a little. I guess I'm still working on being more comfortable being around people, and especially maybe other gay people. I feel like I've just aged too much. Like, what's going on? So so it was good. It was good. It was really nice. They kept swiping on their phones for boyfriends. uh, this thing called Tinder. It's called um, where they're like, "What do you think of this guy?" Like, he's cute. Yeah, that's good. Um, and so we talked about who's dating and who's not dating, and um, looks like there were a couple of us, a few of us that are like abstaining from dating right now. Um, just just yeah, we're just abstaining because it's weird right now, I guess. I don't know. I guess everyone has their reasons. For me, um, it's just because I just I don't know. I have a hard time, I think, believing that someone might love me. I know that everyone loves me. I mean, I know that I'm loved, um and that I'm worthy of love, and that I am very loving, and that I am of love. I am one with love. I am love. Um, it's just that I have a hard time, I guess, just feeling comfortable that someone might love me, which is terrible. I'm at, like, as I always feel like maybe I'm not good enough. I need to fix my mental health more, which I've been working on, so that's good. To fix my I don't know. Yeah, my appearance. I feel self-conscious that I don't have a good job, or and that I'm getting older, and I actually love my apartment, but it's sometimes hard going to other people's places. So I'm like, oh, well, that's nice. But I actually really like it here. We I don't know. Anyways, so we were just talking about that. The one gentleman whose house it was, he or apartment, who's very sweet, and we talked about we talked about religion and spiritual beliefs. So they asked if I was raised Mormon. I said no, I wasn't raised LDS, although I would have enjoyed being raised LDS. Um, and I I that I joined that I was raised in a non-denominational church, and then I joined the Episcopal Church when I was in college, and then that I found the course in 2010. So they were like, "What's a Course in Miracles?" I'm like, "What are you asking?" Just kidding. So I told them a little bit about the premise of the teachings that Jesus gives us in the course, and and that was really cool. So it was nice to share that with them, and they were very nice to be around, and I'm very grateful to have been invited. Um, to spend time with them, and just I hope I see them again. Because it'd be nice to start going back out into the world a little bit. So yeah. Anyways, so that was my experience there, and I'm a little having difficulty focusing today. There's been a lot of discussion in my head, in my mind, um, about oh gosh, just about a lot of stuff. This morning I woke up. I woke up early. I woke up at like 4, and it's interesting. I heard the sound of a man talking in my room on the phone. He was right next to my bed, and he was talking about advanced technology. But when I woke up, I could feel myself come up 2 levels, and he was gone. There was no one there, and then I couldn't find the key to my apartment. I'm like, "Where's my key?" I looked around all over for it. Finally, ended up going for a walk, and then when I came back, it was in the washer or the dryer. But I hate when that happens. um, and then I just went off on like all kinds of things about what's going on in the world, and I was needing to not take responsibility, but to just stop being divided, start coming together, and start to heal and just allow, like, set aside all the politics and all that. It's just so important that, I mean, yeah, I mean, vote for who you're going to vote for, and politics are not bad. It's just so hard to see people choose politics over human life or human decency, or just being human. And the world. And the same goes with, it's just so frustrating. And I don't blame the politicians. I see what they have to work with, or not, and the people are great too. It's no one's bad. It's like everyone's perfect. It's just like they just don't see that in each other, and they don't see it in themselves, and they don't see it out in the world. That message isn't given to them enough, and so it just keeps doing this thing it's doing. So I just got so angry, but not angry. Just very. Oh, who knows? I don't know the word. I don't know the right word. So yeah, who knows? I'm here, and oh man, I had some trouble. I'm having some troubles focusing, and that's okay. We go through this, and it's just part of waking up, I think. So just got to keep going, and my mind will be able to be more focused. And I have this new awareness that I can also do. I can develop that. So I just got to keep going. I showed you this the other day, but the mediumship deck, which I'm very excited about. I would like to start working on this. Woo woo. So yeah, that's how it's going. That's how I'm doing, and I very much love being here. And I'm just rambling. So let's just read, and that will be the day. It's late, and I'm tired. So, chapter 3, the innocent perception. Section 1, atonement without sacrifice. A further point must be perfectly clear before any residual fear still associated with miracles can disappear. The crucifixion did not establish the atonement. The resurrection did. Many sincere Christians have misunderstood this. No one who is free of the belief in scarcity could possibly make this mistake. Sorry, guys. If the crucifixion is seen from an upside-down point of view, it does appear as if God permitted and even encouraged one of his sons to suffer because he was good. This particularly unfortunate interpretation, which arose out of projection, has led many people to be bitterly afraid of God. Such anti-religious concepts enter into many religions. Yet the real Christian should pause and ask, how could this be? Is it likely that God himself would be capable of the kind of thinking which his own words have clearly stated is unworthy of his Son? The best defense, as always, is not to attack another's position, but rather to protect the truth. It is unwise to accept any concept if you have to invert a whole frame of reference in order to justify it. This procedure is painful in its minor applications and genuinely tragic on a wider scale. Persecution frequently results in an attempt to justify the terrible misperception that God himself persecuted his own Son on behalf of salvation. The very words are meaningless. It has been particularly difficult to overcome this because although the error itself is no harder to correct than any other, many have been unwilling to give it up in view of its proximate value as a defense. In milder forms, a parent says, "This hurts me more than it hurts you," and feels exonerated in beating a child. Can you believe our Father really thinks this way? It is so essential that all such thinking be dispelled that we must be sure that nothing of this kind remains in your mind. I was not punished because you were bad. The holy benign lesson the atonement teaches is lost if it is tainted with this kind of distortion in any form. The statement, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, is a misperception by which one assigns his own evil past to God. The evil past has nothing to do with God. He did not create it, and he does not maintain it. God does not believe in retribution. His mind does not create that way. He does not hold your evil deeds against you. Is it likely that he would hold them against me? Be very sure that you recognize how utterly impossible this assumption is, and how entirely it arises from projection. This kind of error is responsible for a host of related errors, including the belief that God rejected Adam and forced him out of the Garden of Eden. It is also why you may believe from time to time that I am misdirecting you. I have made every effort to use words that are almost impossible to distort, but it is always possible to twist symbols around if you wish. Sacrifice is a notion totally unknown to God. It arises solely from fear, and frightened people can be vicious. Sacrificing in any way is a violation of my injunction that you should be merciful, even as your Father in heaven is merciful. It has been hard for many Christians to realize that this applies to themselves. Good teachers never terrorize their students. To terrorize is to attack, and this results in rejection of what the teacher offers. The result is learning failure. I have been correctly referred to as the Lamb of God who taketh away the sins of the world. But those who represent the Lamb as bloodstained do not understand the meaning of the symbol. Correctly understood, it is a very simple symbol that speaks of my innocence. The lion and the lamb lying down together symbolize that strength and innocence are not in conflict, but naturally live in peace. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God, is another way of saying the same thing. A pure mind knows the truth, and this is its strength. It does not confuse destruction with innocence, because it associates innocence with strength, not with weakness. Innocence is incapable of sacrificing anything, because the innocent mind has everything and strives only to protect its wholeness. It cannot project. It can only honor other minds, because honor is the natural greeting of the truly loved to the world, to others who are like them. The Lamb taketh away the sins of the world, in the sense that the state of innocence or grace is one in which the meaning of the atonement is perfectly apparent. The atonement is entirely unambiguous. Sorry, my cat is. What? What'd I do? Sorry. Okay, perfect. Oh. You can honor. Okay. The atonement is entirely unambiguous. It is perfectly clear because it exists in light. Only the attempts to shroud it in darkness have made it inaccessible to those who do not choose to see. All right. The atonement itself radiates, nothing but truth. It therefore epitomizes harmlessness and sheds only blessing. It could not do this if it arose from anything but perfect innocence. Innocence is wisdom because it is unaware of evil, and evil does not exist. It is, however, perfectly aware that everything is true, of everything that is true. The resurrection demonstrated that nothing can destroy truth. Good can withstand any form of evil, as light abolishes forms of darkness. The atonement is therefore the perfect lesson. It is the final demonstration that all other lessons I taught are true. If you can accept this one generalization now, there will be no need to learn from many smaller lessons. You are released from all errors if you believe this. The innocence of God is the true state of mind of his Son. In this state, your mind knows God, for God is not symbolic. He is fact. Knowing his Son as he is, you realize that the atonement, not sacrifice, is the only appropriate gift for God's altar, where nothing except perfection belongs. The understanding of the innocent is truth. That is why their altars are truly radiant. So here it says, the innocence of God is the true state of the mind of his Son. In this state, your mind knows God, for God is not symbolic. He is fact. Knowing his Son as he is, you realize that the atonement, not sacrifice, is the only appropriate gift for God's altar, where nothing except perfection belongs. The understanding of the innocent is truth. That is why their altars are truly radiant. Okay, so the altar, people believe, so it even says here, atonement without sacrifice. So people believe that the altar is about sacrifice. So we take something that we are going to sacrifice and we put it on the altar. So that's a really old world way of seeing it. So that's not what the altar is for at all. Some others see it as an offering, a gift, right? So I made this beautiful meal. I'm going to put it on the altar, and it's symbolic because I'm sacrificing this. So I'm taking the best of my crop, or this wonderful meal, or something I love, and I'm going to choose to live without it, which is a sacrifice. It's a form of sacrifice, and I'm going to give it to God and put it on the altar. So God doesn't require sacrifice. God is perfect love. He wants pure joy, abundance, peace, happiness, wholeness, holiness, oneness, all of that for his Son, which is all of us. We're all the sonship. And so that's something that will never change. So we don't need to sacrifice. What we do put on the altar are symbols still of our love, and we're offering our love. And so we can symbolize that and put it on the altar. And so when we go to the altar, we're reminded of the things that we're offering to God, our life, our love, our and the nice thing is we get to keep those things, right? So it doesn't like, oh, I'm going to offer this to God, so now I have to be without it. It's the beauty, it's the perfect way to give. It's the only way to give is when you give it away, you get to keep it. So now we both have it. And so I'm saying, hey, I have all this. I'm going to give it to God, right? And the cool thing is I get to keep it, and now God has it. It's a symbol. He understands that I'm offering him everything. All that I have is for you. And the great thing is we're all part of God. We're all one with God. And so that he's honoring that you are offering whatever it is. And you can still break it up into different symbols. So you can say, this symbolizes my time, and this symbolizes my life, and this symbolizes my hands, or this symbolizes my my education or whatever, my thoughts, my dreams, my whatever they are. And so you can put those on the altar, and the Holy Spirit recognizes what's going on in your mind and in your heart at that time, and God, graciously receives those things, and He gives them right back to you. You get to keep them; they're just there on the altar. You still get to keep your time, your life, your love, your education, your your everything. And so it's still all yours. It's just now also God's. So it's very symbolic of that choice we make to align our will. So not only we're aligning our will with God's, right? We're bringing our mind into miracle mindedness, into love. Cool. We're also offering Him everything that we have. So everything is coming to God, right? And so, or Heavenly Father, right? Same thing. Same creator. And so, same, they are created. Yeah, okay, sorry. So that is kind of, what that means. So when you read this, don't get freaked out. Yeah, oh my gosh, perfection belongs on the altar. It's like sacrifice. It's literally called atonement without sacrifice. So remember what you just read. Because I could feel that coming up as I was reading it. People were like, oh no, oh no. So I think that's beautiful. So sorry, I'm having trouble focusing tonight. And tomorrow we have section 2. It's called Miracles as True Perception. So that is how that goes. And I'm really tired. So thank you for listening to me. And God bless you so much. And I love you so much. You are love. You are light. You are joy. You are peace. You are perfect. You're abundance. You're, all the yeses. You're just all the yeses. And so remember that. You're a perfect child of God. The kingdom of heaven is your natural inheritance. And, I wouldn't have it any other way. So have a great night, a restful night of sleep, restorative, peaceful sleep, sleep an extra hour if you want. I'm going to try and do the same. And sleep till 7. That sounds like good. Okay. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Great night. Sorry. Take care. Bye. Okay.